the biggest issues that I have with people's assumptions of the homeless is the assumption that I choose to live like this. No, I was forced into this because of victimization. Victimization by the Bollinger family before Natalie died. Victimization by their crackhead friends. Victimization by the Boulder police. Victimization by Ken Wilson and Leah Plunkett, as well as Dawn Bird. This all was before Natalie was killed. In addition to officers in Colorado and Nebraska and Virginia refusing to take a report from me. I needed documentation to defend myself against these predators, who obviously are predators. They have a history of being predatory. Me, I spoke out against the things that the Border Police did for years before Natalie died. The things they did to me, I knew to be afraid of if nobody went in with me. The things that I did out of desperation. Because everybody that I tried to communicate with, I need someone to go in with me in person. The reason that I did the things in August of last year that I did were because after 9 months of trying to get someone to go in with me to talk to the police, nobody did. Not one person did. That's not true. In Nebraska, a woman named Molly Smith went in with me. The officers had blown me off and blown me off and blown me off, and she went in with me to try to make a report about what Ted Bollinger had been doing at my grandmother's funeral. Something that should have been done by a heroin junkie named Deputy Jordan Anderson. Now, the harassment by Officer Michael Beard, I documented that. Candace sent me that. She changed her mind almost a month after I was there. She changed her mind. Made up a completely different story and tried to make me feel like shit. No, Candace. No, you should have told the truth. You should have been honest. What you did, trying to paint me as a terrible person to Karamia, resulted in a lot of people harming me. Because you didn't want to listen. Because you didn't want to tell the truth. Because you were too cowardly to stand up to the Boulder Police Department or to the Haxton Police Department. This is not something that I want to live through. People keep saying, I don't want you to talk about suicide. Shut the fuck up, bitch! If you don't want me to talk about suicide, then help me do something about the reason that I want to fucking die! You get to see your family, don't you? You get to see your friends, don't you? Are you assaulted by the public or by the police for doing so? Are you prevented from making a police report? Don't give me your fucking bullshit. That's the thing with Shannon. Every one of those conversations. Every time I tried to talk to her, she's too fucking drunk to listen. Stephanie, the other night, she was too busy with her own opinions to listen to what the fuck was going on. Shannon was too busy with her own drunken fucking opinions to listen to what was going on. Shannon is always that way after 6:30 at night. Every single night. During the day, she sleeps in until about noon. Anywhere between 10 o'clock and noon. When her daughter's there, it's a very stressful environment. For her, not for me. Well, it is a stressful environment for me. Because when Shannon is stressed out, yeah, she's screaming at people. She's yelling at people. She's not assaulting them, though. At least I'm honest enough to admit that, right? She's not willing to admit that she's an alcoholic, though. And that there are major communication issues with this. Kind of like Stephanie when she was drunk the other night. Or Teresa Orne, way back in January of last year. Drunk as a fucking skunk, calling me up to whine about her dead husband. Again. I needed her help. Not her putting all of her fucking bullshit on me. Which is exactly what she did. Now, the police intimidated and threatened people who were willing to go in and make a report with me. They did everything they could to paint me as a bad guy, and then pretend that I was a terrible person for being homeless, and that I had chosen it. I didn't choose for Ken and Leah to steal all my money, or for the police to refuse to take a report about it, or for them to treat me like shit for it. I needed help. I was overwhelmed with all of the massive quantities of shit that I was going through before Natalie was fucking killed. I was having a nervous fucking breakdown because I couldn't get the help that I needed. People's pretty fucking opinions. Oh, Sean, I'll listen. No, the fuck you won't. You will call me when you're drunk and you'll talk over me. Just like my dad does, except he's not drunk. He's just an asshole.